hot, cleared hot.
Hey everyone, welcome back. Just a debrief of the other night's mission. Uh, Outpost Restrepo with US Atlantic Command. First time working with these fantastic simulated aviators, and significant amount of pre-planning was involved in this. So let's just get to it really quick before everything comes in. Lay of the land. You've got 3 friendly positions. 2 places I could occupy. These guys are kind of high feature. These guys are in the low ground. There's a road that kind of cuts through here. The tanks are, I don't see these guys, but these ones here are women and children. That you'll see became an issue. There's a ridge line here, so I don't see these guys. And then you'll see how I develop this plan. We've got, first and foremost, we got the pair of F-18s that show up, and I put them at 26,000 and above into the overhead. I create a keyhole, so that's just an anchor point, 1 anchor point, all the aircraft worked on, and cleared into the overhead. No problem. They start doing their stuff. They got a 9 line. The issue was I gave them the wrong coordinates. The A-10s now show up, phaser flight, 3 ship, but they wanted to operate as 2 different flights. And then you'll see here they're all at 18,000, so they're deconflicted already. The first 10-15 minutes I absolutely ruined it because of a bad coordinate that I gave. So the 18s right now are just wasting their time trying to find something that's not actually there. And really the only point that I have for my A-10s is I gave them Bravo 5 and they went over there, no problem. They're just doing these really long legs. If you look at this brown here, the very high feature mountainous terrain, same thing up here. And so while they're just hanging out waiting for me to give them a 9 line, which they do get, much rather just chill in a circle or a racetrack fashion, kind of this way. Because if you get caught down here, then you've got to come all the way back up to have that line of sight into the valley. And so I could have controlled that better. The 18s, eventually we figure out that we have a coordinate problem, and once we do, is this it? Yeah, so this is how I'm dissecting the tactic here. I'm over here again. There's that ridge line north-south running. It's a south to north pass, and the GBU 12, so it's self-lays. It's going to smoke these guys here. If it lands short for whatever reason, there's no friendlies there, and the weapons effects will flow to the north. So this is fantastic. Dunskies, bam. Those guys are KIA. And from there, now I want to start working the targets that are to the east. I'm going to use the A-10s for that. And this looks kind of hairy. Let's just talk about it. It's just because of the bird's eye view. 26,000, 18,000, right? So deconflicted by altitude. And originally I made a mistake. 3-3, phaser 3-3, I sent him up higher by a couple thousand feet. Still looks hairy. And then this is a DCSism. All right, some people call it this GBU 38 nuke. What was it again that was said? The nuke trial weapon system. Anyways, bam. So it's trying to get these guys, but this is a small village, and the tanks that are depicted here are actually women and children. Anyways, war crimes. That's my bad. 3-3, he's got his own bomb coming in. He does a great job here. He's past the final attack heading that I've given him to come over the left shoulder. And so he loops appropriately, delivers the weapon. What you're seeing down here is mortars now being fired to the friendly position from someone I can't see. In the video, the raw video that I posted, you can see I'm trying really hard to get these guys to spot where this action would be happening. We had no joy. And then 3-3 completely smokes those dudes, which is great. So again, the weapon is over my shoulder. It's perpendicular to friendlies, and the weapons effects goes to the south, away from friendlies. And if the weapon lands short, like in real life, there would be like a fin lock for a GBU 38. Yeah, it's a 38. Then, you know, it just land over here. It's not a big deal. So I dug that. At this point, we're feverishly looking for... We've lost an A10 just due to a technical issue. He's coming back here. These guys did a great job giving me comms throughout the mission. I think I approve A10s overhead. Yeah, we're trying to find those threats. And then we really don't, because I had these guys come on in. They're coming up the mountain. I put a smoke marker out there. One of the things I have picked up from the TAC view is I'm pretty sure I call from east to west attacks, off right to the north. And what I want to do is develop a wheel just going around. And usually what happens with the wheel is like when you have a 3-ship or a 4-ship, the players get spaced out pretty good. And then you just have constant effects like every 30, 60 seconds. So we did get some of that. Here comes that first gun run. We're giving correction with smoke. Here comes the second gun run. I know that I tell the A10s like, hey, are you guys good for deconfliction? They say yes, because it looks just pretty hairy up there. I'm still getting east to west, but as things are happening now, I'm getting a west to east. He aborted, which was great. I looked over, I was looking at the wrong piece of sky. So great job there. Another gun run here. And these were guys that I could not see. Original threat is KIA. And then the spray is going to go away. Fantastic. What's going to happen next? Not so much. This is fine. Right? Where that gun run was. And because it's gun danger close, it was just well outside of danger close. This one here, I'm seeing the attacks. I'm perfectly comfortable with it. I'm up on a high feature. That spray is not coming up towards us. And then there's that reattack. This in the video, if you go see it, I'm looking right at him in the binoculars. I've got this Stinger manpad. Here's his target. And I even say it out loud. Like I should not be doing it, because that yeah. Right? So I just, in the game, I just wanted to use everyone up and just send them home Winchester. It's always a goal. But that took over my logical thought process. And did this guy even die? Ah, and he didn't die on top of that. So I should have aborted him. It looks hairy. I call myself out. I did nothing about it. That's my bad. And so once that's done, more A10 love. At this time, the 18s are back from the tanker. That's why they're back like that. We've got an A10 that goes off the tanker, and then I call Bravo 3 to the A10s. And you can see this guy here. When I find out he's here, I tell him to scram east. I'm using the 18s, and the 18s are going to put, what was it? We need to talk about this. Here comes a gun run, I think, on these guys, and we got a weapon system coming in. These are two players looking at each other. Not sure if you guys can see that. A10, however, it's a level delivery with a 38. And then 18, those coming downtown through his block, which is fine. What I did wrong was one of them should have gone to like a right pull for the A10, no problem, but a right pull as well. Stoic's got to come by egress. You'll see it here, past his block. There's the guns. There's the bomb. More women and children, KIA. This is as close as they get, but you can see it in my binocular view. A10's doing his job, like no problem. He's good to go. And then Stoic was really quick for my words. I just said left pull now. He did so. No problem. At this point, where are we at in the mission here? He had like an issue. He disappeared. Okay, and the A10s continue. You can see these really large tracks. That track's not bad there, right here. I'd rather they are masked for a moment than be 7 miles away and then have to work 7 miles back to see. Just trying to see where I'm at in the mission. F-18 still coming downtown with guns. I'm trying to do just gun run city and use these guys up. Again, deconflicted by altitude and egress instructions. Then this was really cool from the A-10s. Requested shooter, which they gladly obliged. The 18s are now RTB out of the RAWs in their block. And now we've got a 3 ship of A-10s coming in for rockets. And the gentlemen were fantastic. Flares. So essentially I was doing a type 1 every time, but they're all type 2s. Just trying to be as safe as possible. Rockets. And then that's it. This is what the AO looks like afterwards. Lots of dead guys that had to die. These dead guys. I don't know how these guys died. And then unfortunately, well, there were some women and some little girls. Lesson learned with those nuclear GBU-38s. Guys egress. And that's it. So the big one for me is not to get stressed out and just have everyone get lots of fun. If I do my coordination right and just abort when I have to. And then hopefully just do something about the women and children in DCS because they're way too sensitive. That's it for today. Thanks. Until next time. Cheers.